we are.
Hey.
Hey, they are for all in-stock merchandise is 10% off, and special marked items. Damn, I need to get my glass. And in-stock merchandise only can't be combined with other discounts, and that expires. Looks like tomorrow.
$99. Who doesn't love free?
I know.
I mean, unless they're like giving out like free gun. Yes, I believe so. Dark Crisis, of course, one of the
summer event. You know, you got to make sure you have a crisis for summer. You know.
Do you though? And worthwhile, but to just take the word crisis, it's essentially becoming a joke at this point. Just to use the word in and of itself. Very many people that enjoyed that. I know I did not. It was not done very well.
Yes, any. No.
So you've.
No.
Well, I think you should read that.
Well,
at the very
I know I need to read it.
You should go break that George Perez, one of the two things such as the Infinity Gauntlet, the Teen Titan, having dealt with stage 4 cancer. I can't. In and of itself is horrible, no matter what.
Yep.
But he's investing a lot.
Yep.
And today, he. It is unfortunate that we lost such a. When I say that, much better altogether that he is no longer in pain. Enjoy again, or discover for the first time have been made available. JLA Avengers, which was a crossover that had been talked, and there was some really cool stuff and ideas that were put forth. Justice League of America members switch places in their respective universe. They put forth from Mark Waid with the Speed Force over the years. The Speed, he had no Speed Force connection in the Marvel universe. Hank McCoy, because you think about Avengers, like who would be smart enough? Hank McCoy, Tony Stark, the Prestiges when they came out, but those are bagged and boarded and stored away. That retained in the Marvel universe until he got back to DC proper.
Where the Infinity Gems did not work outside of their universe.
That were made concerning the Infinity Gems / Infinity Gauntlet. The Living Tribunal, whatever arbitration takes place, if they say a thing, I think it was Magus, Warlock's like Dark Self or whatever. The gems don't work together anymore. And that was that. Once you can't make a gauntlet or anything. And, it took Thanos doing all kinds. His dark half come out as Magus and being just as bad, if not worse than Thanos. Maybe this isn't a good idea to have all these things work. Good luck, asshole. And that's that. But regardless, he actually in the New 52, which I know is much maligned by a lot of folk, classic George Perez art. It's for me. It's so much segmented Kryptonian armor suit. And I was like, I don't know. And it just goes to show the difference. I think generationally. All that being said, it's unfortunate, but at least some small measure of comfort at some point in the near future. Today, it also ruined.
Not trying to
stick. But yeah, go home and we've lost some good artists and writers, or like just heads above the rest, or if it was some of the content of their work. Those are important books. The art. Go home. Track Leo. Get Crisis on Infinite Earths. Actually, I wish the camera could translate the look that I just watched Leo give. You just stick with the 12 issues. There's so many books that tied it because it was all in. Just saying hello. Hello.
Still infatuated.
There's a lot of tie-in. The only thing I would suggest, and this will actually
big George tribute. Unfortunately, some people have to work, so.
Fine, go. You've stayed your hour.
I'll see you all on Wednesday.
Is this still streaming? Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. So, but they can't see it. They can only hear me. This is great. Yeah. Get yourself, all right? Get your stuff wound up. Not yourself, but your stuff. Trying to be both polite and quick. So it's not two things that don't necessarily go hand in hand when you're trying to make moves.
All right.
Catch you on the flip flop. See you then. See you on Wednesday. All right, I guess I can move down.
Yeah.
And, hold on, and I'll move over.
There we go.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Oh. Yeah.
That worked. Perfect.
Wonderful. The gain yet. I was checking to see my distance to it.
Yeah, I think the gain might be...
This one definitely wiggles more. The one I was using is like a toy. But yeah, what I was going to say is for any of the tides, say that you would probably get the most out of just because of things that you've read previously that shows the world he came from and how Superman asked him to come and Prime is from DC.
Oh, yeah.
But also you've read 100% inspired by the idea of Superboy Prime for sure.
Yeah, that's Gary, Frank, and Jeff Johns, right?
I will murder you. I also enjoy Secret Origin. No, Secret Identity was the one with the kid man who is a comic book and cartoon and movie character.
Okay, we did read
we
it.
Yep, we read drew it, and the story is super painted and illustrated look to it. The real world Superman is a guy who just happens to be named Clark Kent, like the comic book character, because who on earth would believe that Superman actually did come, which is sort of the exact opposite when you think of Superman. You know, it's always bright, and Superman, he moves to New Hampshire, and he tunnels through into Boston Harbor. So every time he shows up anywhere, made Boston metropolis in this story.
Oh, yeah.
And that lines up. It was like 4 Prestige comics when it came out. But you can get it, or you could get it collected for a while. It's really that. I think that bringing Barry Allen back to the comic, that's outstanding. The reason why it was a game changer was the fact that Barry Allen dies to save. He hadn't died and brought him back, and quite frankly, I feel like it's screwed a lot within a lot of these stories. We don't get a lot of that, and to see happen, but it worked for the character. It allowed him to grow and develop more, and now he didn't have the mentor he did. Like, there was a lot to explore there, and didn't just go full bore and be like, these guys are bad guys, and that means I have to put them. Pied Piper, who was a straight up villain, and the reason they became friends, it led the way for so many other great things that Mark Waid was able to do. The creation of Max Mercury, the Speed Force, all that stuff. This wildly successful character for years and years and years, predicated upon the fact that his uncle been back, and there he's always back.
Why haven't they done that?
Back Barry Allen. You know, like, oh, it worked for Hal Jordan. Did it though? I mean, Jon Stewart and Kyle Rayner are all far more interesting than Hal Jordan.
Who'd they use in the movie? Was that Hal?
Oh yeah, that was Hal.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like this funny, cocky dude. Like, he's just. Honestly, Hal Jordan was when he snapped after Coast City was destroyed. Then, Emerald Twilight was the name of the 3-issue arc. 50, and number 47 was part of the reign of the Superman. And Hal Jordan, when he finally was able to stop the entirety of Coast City as an energy construct with people and everything, because we're taking your ring back, and he was like, taking my ring back? No, I'm keeping it. He killed them and took their rings as he traveled to Oa. Huh?
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah. Green Lantern rings on each of his digits.
And this is Hal, right?
This is Hal. Twig and Fall. And to absorb all the Green Lantern energy, the Guardians, they gave Sinestro a Green Lantern ring.
Oh.
And said, go 35 rings on your hands. And Hal's like, oh, okay, fine, no crutches. And he pops off.
Oh, wow.
Just grabs each from behind each side of his is a wave all over the planet of Oa. And the Guardians themselves, it was a bid to protect him. And in doing so, that anywhere, there's none of them left anyway. He is, got this in, and he starts going by the name Parallax. In hand, and then flies to Earth and immediately finds a young. He's a comic book artist, and he's like, Kyle Rayner, you've been chosen. Ship that can be called upon. It's just Kyle Rayner, and
Okay.
he doesn't need to charge it anymore, and because he just
Ah,
fused it back
okay.
together and quickly made the ring. It had, so but Kyle was still to try to translate languages because otherwise it didn't do it automatically. It didn't really speak to him like than having the same like, oh, I'm a space cop, blah blah blah. Okay, sure. Comic fans across the country because he. This was before the internet was all over the place. People sat down.
Oh yeah. Well,
And this was the 90s. They had to sit down and like
right.
I don't know about that one, man. Sure. But things and have consequences, then you're just gonna I know that there are plenty of people out there that want that. Don't get me wrong. I should say what reason that you didn't know that, man. Yeah,
No.
I was aware of Alan Scott as the Golden Age Green Lantern, especially the time when I was a kid. Stuff, concept, sci-fi stuff. That's right. If they tried something different, I think should be commended. Man, die and come back. Batman had his back broken. Wally wanted to run and terminal velocity, stuff like that.
This was
Right before Underworld Unleashed or whatever, because like that was one of the big, I'm not disparaging fans of any side. At that point in time, it was a clear push from Marvel about what the content was. DC's failings where they actually a bunch of others just didn't. But the worst offender.
Yeah, I know.
Killer covers or foil covers do you need for like Ninjak?
Yeah.
Really?
And that was beginning of the crash, but around the same time there was like Robin 2. Oh yeah.
But I never fell for any of that.
Not even X-Men.
Look.
Yes, then you had the 5th cover that had the poster of all of them.
Oh yeah, I had
44 copies of X-Men #1.
Why? Because you thought it was gonna like
Yeah.
because like no one saved them, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was a combination of nobody back to back. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. The Korean War was the Korean War. It was actually starting during World War II. When do you think recycling became a thing in this country? And those comics were either a lot of those guys who were fighting in Germany was doing that week or what have you. And, that been like the death of Superman happened. You had people walking in and buying 50 copies, and it's like,
what, $2?
like maybe 20, 15 to 20
Really?
bucks. Yeah.
We'll have to go through the dollar bin.
Yeah. Leslie buys it.
I should see if they have X-Men #1 so I can make an even 50.
4 dozen copies. Actually 49 to be perfectly honest.
I
I'm
was young at the time, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna buy all.
you and everybody else. It's just like people seeing that comics and toys are worth
Yeah.
dude. I see some of the stuff too, and I'm like, oh my god, if only I had held on to it when it comes to things. Like not to say that I wouldn't be a completionist as well and want it, and I plan on having it, not because I'm gonna hold on to it for a little while. You're kind of missing the point. Stuff that we're talking about, video games and stuff.
I have apparently not Nintendo. I have no idea. I don't have a 2600. I actually play the emulated games on PC.
Oh yeah.
They're open, they're used, but they're clean. But yeah, the I don't know what warehouse they found
Oh jeez.
with a shit ton of games. So like eBay is flooded in a warehouse, so a lot of them are like crushed and stuff like that. But
Oh wow.
yeah,
Question, and I really want to know the answer.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go to eBay. Like I've had my eye on a particular Superman sweatshirt for quite some time. Shiny.
oh nice.
Yeah, it's a blue sweatshirt with like a white Superman.
2600. CIB.
See, video game consoles. 2 right off the bat. Yeah, complete. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, that's not. That's $179.99
Wow.
plus. I'm just kind of curious what country that must come from. Ships from United States. Actually, I mean, it looks like it has no sense. But the shipping on this one is $20.
Well, yeah.
I don't. Oh my God. Games. Okay, let me type games. Oh, I guess it really depends on the game. Jedi Mystique is.
Well, so like anything.
That's $159. New.
Wow.
Brand new. Holy crap. Target Fun. Easy peasy. Pac-Man. $19.95. She's cute. She swallows. I get the appeal. I would think just based on the name that that's some kind of Pac-Man sequel, but it is. Look at. I don't even.
Adventure type of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sears X-Man.
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 M-A-N.
M-A Attack. Oh, an adult video game cartridge.
Oh.
Oh God. What is this? What does the back of this thing say? I need to see it. And the macho super stud of the year. Sexy blonde desires. All you've got to do is get through that door and do your stuff.
For a $12.
Next come the scissors, whose sharp blades can cut off your man. But this sexy blonde is worth it. And you're a man who's ready.
Keeps going?
Yep, to avoid your attackers and get through the door, you'll score and more. How much you can score as you take the X-Man challenge. X-Man. I mean, I didn't even read the whole. There's still
Holy
more.
crap.
Like, it's, Frogger. $18.99. Just that's my segue.
Yeah.
Oh, it was okay.
Yeah.
And my baby brother loved it. He was terrible at it, but he loved it.
Not at all. So yeah, they found a warehouse and
Donkey Kong Jr. $38. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, damn it. I love that game.
I know. It's almost 3 o'clock. We should start winding. Charges, comics, and games in New London, Connecticut. All in-stock merchandise is 10% off, and specialty marked items are half other discounts, and it expires tomorrow. So if you didn't want to, brave...
There's been some interesting waves as well.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Doubt about that in my mind.
I moved all the short boxes.
Oh, yeah. I don't have short boxes. My mother, she passed away a couple months ago. Them up in the basement, covered and, taken care of, in my house. And pulling them out and first moving them to a storage unit and then eventually to us. I was just a stupid kid that didn't know how to count. And as we were, there were 5 friggin' comic book boxes right there. And I was like, oh, so the number was 20. And 4 of the 5 boxes are just opened them up and just dreaded the worst. And holy shit. But I need to replace them. And I figured since I was going to be here, this might need to come home with me.
Yeah. I'm going to have to do some shopping before we leave also. Yeah. Just
I could be like, yeah, my wife will have no idea, but if she even watches part of this by the time I get home, it's like an hour.
So she wouldn't say, "Where's the pasta?"
I mean, what do you mean for the gifts I got for you? Cool. What do you think about that? I think that's something that you wanted. Are you giving this to me? Thank you, Dara. Be a little hairier.
Well, I want to
if anybody out there gets a chance, go check out Doctor Strange and the Multitude, the hottest thing since bread first came out of the oven. You might hear some people saying that it's that's all I have to say. Good.
Yeah, definitely go check it out. Why not? So here we are. I'm Leo. This is